Hoppa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve all your problems. We have a beautiful returning, a stacked couch of Stavvy's World favorites. Brendan Sagalow.
What's up? Breathing
fresh, non-Patreon air for the first time in his Stavvy's World career.
Got me out of the cage.
We got him out of his cage, and he's doing just fine, folks. And of course, Mike Recine. How's it going, buddy?
Good to be here.
Good to see you. The boys got their feet out. Sagalow was freaking out before. We had a lot of rich pre-pod discussion. You felt vulnerable without shoes on.
Yeah, I just don't. I saw a fucking tweet and it got in my head, and I like that you're like fuck her, fuck that, but I just saw literally a tweet from this show. Someone took a picture of you, and was like, can these fucking male podcaster please put their fucking.
What do you think of this,
on?
You fucking whore?
Your shoes.
Suck my nuts.
Sorry.
Why are women telling us how to podcast?
I know. Hey, do we fucking
this art form? Right? What are you talking about?
Tell you how to I don't have any macrame opinions, do I? Yeah. Why don't women got their tits out when they're knitting anymore? I'm trying to look at tits while you knit, bitch. Yeah, look, you can't have both. You can't have that hack tweet that's like, 4 men in a room, what's that called? A podcast?
Yeah.
Or whatever that one was. And also tell me how to keep my feet on my podcast.
Right.
I know, but
that's like telling an Italian guy how to eat out his mother.
Every time I find myself getting mad at like women being like, men, blah, 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 I'm just proving them right.
Yeah,
I'll get mad at them and I'll be like, hey, fuck you, bitch. And they're like, yeah, this is what we're talking about.
I don't know, man. It's got to be case by case. And I got my toes out, and if you don't like it, slurp the sausage.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking we might go no socks.
Oh, good. Please do. Whenever you guys feel like it, feel free to take your socks off. I've got my orthotic. I've literally prescribed. This is how fat I've gotten. Is that my podiatrist was like, never walk around barefoot. He was like, he like looked at me in the eyes and was like, you can tell when someone's like, I'm not fucking around anymore. It was like there was like it caught I could hear something catching his throat, and he was like,
your doctor is like when in those apocalyptic movies, the one scientist that's like, guys, it's coming now.
Like shut up, yeah. Dude, he was literally, because I have my feet are fucked up, but he was like, you can never walk barefoot again in your life. Basically, that was essentially what he said. So I got these recovery footwear. We won't say the brand unless they want to pony up. All right, and I did bring a lot of attention to my feet. So let's show them this clip. That's like, if you can keep this man with feet this fat and flat, these ribeyes, if you can keep him from a catastrophic foot injury, you got a good product.
Yeah, you're on a health kick though, dude. You got the fucking suction stuff.
I did a little cupping. Yep.
Nice. You're
Feels good.
Salmon and rice.
Eating salmon and rice. Trying to keep the Reaper off my back. That's all.
Yeah.
I was telling Brendan how I was like, dude, I'm trying to take some time off. I'm trying to get in the zone. He was like, dude, you got to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Seriously, not by yourself. I mean,
that's the fucking stupid part of the idea.
I won't stand for this slander of Disney World.
White trash.
Wait, but who is he going to go to?
Disney World is relaxing.
I don't know.
Who's he going to go to Disney World with?
I don't know. Get a family. I don't know. I have no idea. That's not my job.
Who would you go to Disney World?
You go to Home Depot and
bring your moms.
You find guys to go to Disney World with.
I bring all 3 of your moms.
Well, Eldest's mom is dead. How do you feel about that?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I'll just be holding the urn on Splash Mountain.
No, never got to go.
Disney World's fucking rules. I know everybody. It's only. But I'm not saying go every year. Go once. Go.
Wait, when's the last time you've been there? You've been to Disney World?
A couple years ago.
Who did you go with?
Yeah, with my dad and my sister.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it was
Your
fucking
mom didn't go?
Sweet. No, we left her at the airport. We left her at the New York airport.
It looks like they're out of the wheelchairs for fat people. Mom, I don't think you're coming to Disney World. They brought you 4 in a row.
They kept breaking.
You want to talk about my mom? 3. You want to talk about my mom, motherfucker?
I don't care. I don't care about my mom. Your words can't hurt me. Fuck my mom. No, but Disney World is sweet. And as soon as when my nickel comes in.
You know what else is sweet? Getting to sit in a wheelchair because you're too fat.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're not fat enough, though. None of us are fat enough to
Well, I hurt my foot and I did get pushed around.
Do you see that happening at some point? Yeah.
I never want to get that fat.
No.
You could be like a jazzy scooter guy.
That could be fun.
You go to Home Depot.
Yeah. That I would be interested in. The little power.
Yeah. You don't want to be like left in the shade fat. You know what I mean? Where people are like, put Stav in the shade. Go have fun.
Yeah. Leave me in the shade. Getting pushed around in the sun is too taxing for me. I need a little break under this tree from sitting fatly in a chair. I need a breeze to cool me down. Being a completely passive participant in my transportation is too much for me right now.
You push once and you're like,
Now, what did you do? Because I would imagine going to Disney World as an adult is like underwhelming. You go, oh, this is for kids. It's still fun.
It's fucking sweet,
okay.
dude. It's awesome. I mean, unless you go, I really can't explain.
It's not a you had to be there type of thing. There is no intangible magic to Disney World.
I feel pain for you guys. Because you're not going to know.
You really
go to Rhode Island and like look at a sunset? And
I would go to, first of all,
where are you going to go?
I'd go to Greece.
Yeah.
The most beautiful beaches in the world. Sure. I'd have like fresh seafood brought like go to the fucking restaurant right by there, take a nice walk in the sand, see the majesty of nature.
You ever been to Epcot, though?
I'd go to London, go to Chipotle.
In Epcot, you can hit all those places at once.
Yeah. It's so funny that this is
I do like Epcot. I like the countries.
Here we go. This is how it goes. Yeah.
It's just like, it's insane that you would be like, that's what like the pinnacle of a vacation is to you, is Disney World.
I can't think of anything better.
What was the best?
Yeah, that just means you have no taste or class.
I know.
That doesn't mean Disney World's good. It means that's the one positive childhood memory you have, and you're running it back.
As soon as my nickel comes in, I'm going to medieval times.
What was the best character that you met?
Fucking Cinderella is pretty
He didn't
hot.
get to see Donald Duck. He's like
And if you're in
crying on the plane home.
Yeah.
I saw Donald Duck, but I didn't see Steamboat Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Which is a specific Donald Duck.
That sucks,
No, but
dude.
Cinderella, all like the chicks that dress up and and they stay in character too. So if you're into like role play and shit, you're like, these guys are good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could just picture.
Yeah, I'm sure they love talking to you.
Cock.
They're like, what are you up to later, Cinderella? And she has to do the math of how rude she can be to you and keep her job.
At midnight, my car turns into a pumpkin.
So where does the staff like hang out after they've done work?
Yeah, what time do you get off?
Yeah, what time do you get off? No, really. I'm like being aggressive with her. I'm like, okay, cut the shit.
And then you have to act special needs to get them to keep talking to you,
or hug me. They have a rule.
Smart.
They have a rule where they can't
break the hug.
They can't break the hug.
I saw a TikTok.
Oh my God.
But that's got to be for children, right?
No.
There's no way it's for adult men.
No. There's no way they'll. I mean, you think it's for
All right,
children?
Brendan, get away from Gaston. Gaston's got other people to hug.
Brendan's brought his own costume to be Gaston's gay little friend.
His name is LaFoe. You plebeians.
Fucking knows the guy's name.
His name is LaFoe. Get it right?
Yeah, it's awesome because you also think Disney movies are culture too. That's that's so good.
Well,
dude.
that
Actually,
one did take place in France.
Deb's sister did that. She went to Disney World with her friend, and they dressed up as Ilsa and Anna from Frozen.
Oh, wow.
And all the kids were like coming up to them, but you're not alled to do that anymore.
You're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to be a bitch from Staten Island.
Well, of course, because think about. I mean, that's child molester 101. Dressed like fucking, dressed like the prince at Disney World, and like kids come up to you.
Oh yeah, you could picture a bunch of pedophiles sitting around being like, if we just get costumes, and we go to Disney World, we can touch all the kids we
dressed
want.
up like Prince Eric, and Brendan's like, oh wow,
yeah. Sagalow keeps ruining their plans because he won't let the male Disney guys go. Like, beat it. We're trying to fuck kids, you fat piece of shit.
Yeah, you're gonna see a video of me on on World Star, like of the person being like, "Get off! I love you, Snow White."
When was your first trip to Disney?
Me and my family used to go all the time.
Interesting.
When my dad was caking it.
That's it. So this runs in the family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the
wow.
only thing that our family does runs.
Do you go? Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Very nice, dude. That could be your second round joke in a roast battle in 2014. I mean, like, I heard that exact joke when people are doing filler.
Yeah.
Remember they would make us do 3 rounds of.
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
There's not 3 rounds worth of roasts about each other, man.
No.
We're all open micers. Like, why are you making us do this for check spots?
Yeah.
It was so humiliating.
Everyone's like, we're all gonna get on the Comedy Central show, and then they're like, put fucking people who have never done it.
Yeah. I know.
Whatever.
But
now it's the era of podcasting, baby.
now we got our toes out and we're podcasting. It's beautiful.
I gotta say, podcasting is so much better than writing.
Yeah.
Have you
This
written
is
anything?
bullshit. We just hang out.
We're just
It's
hanging
fun when you have your friends on. It's
Yeah,
like we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking about Brandon trying to get molested as a grown man.
Right.
And we could do this for another hour.
I could talk 4 hours about Disney World because everybody ironically shits on it.
No. I'm not ironically shitting on it. I am fully shitting on it. I think it's gay to love Disney. I think you're a loser.
All right. Well, it's not the Disney way to fight, so I will passively.
That's right.
I will let you feel that way. Have you been to Disney though?
No, dude.
There you go.
Fuck?
There you go.
No,
I'll take you, bro. We'll go. We'll go.
Don't go after him too hard, Brendan. Be like Simba.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would go. I guess, look, it would actually. This is the first time I've actually been interested in going.
Going with your
I'd
boys?
love to go with you to just point out how fucking stupid everything is and ruin it for you.
It would only make it better for me because, as they say, Hakuna Matata. So I wouldn't care. But I mean, it's so detailed. The rides are fucking sweet. Everybody's got a goddamn smile on their face.
Versions of like real shit.
What do
go
you
to
mean?
a
When
real
you see
castle.
Captain Hook, do you like
Go
pretend
to
to
a
drop
real
your
castle.
churro?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, sorry, what did you say?
I was saying when you see Captain Hook, do you like drop your churro on the ground and go
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Hope he looks
Pick it
at
up with
you.
your good hand.
No, you bend over in front of him.
Oh,
because you want him to check you out.
I want him to stick his hook up my ass. It's the only way to get my male clitoris is with that hook.
You have your own attachment for the hook. It's a little dildo he can fuck you with. Here you go, Cap. You're just wrestling it from him, trying to put it on.
No, it's fucking sweet, bro.
You know, everybody that works there is like a slave.
Good.
They're all like,
Good. And that's why it's so great. That's why the pyramids are awesome.
Yeah. That's
Why
true.
would I want to go to a real castle? So what?
I guess that's
I've
true.
seen real castles. I've gone to Ireland. I've been in a real castle. It sucks.
Okay, all right. I guess you're right.
You can't even have a meal there.
They don't have Diet Pepsi there. You got me there, Brendan.
Yeah, you can't sit at the castle and then have like a character dressed up come up to you and
Yeah.
laugh and smile and hug you. and
Yeah, I
shit.
don't know. There's something powerful about going to some ancient structure and being like, damn, people 4,000 years ago were walking around here.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
That is cool too. I'm not
Yeah.
taking away from
Okay,
anything.
thank you. You're being positive. And
I'm-
we're
you know,
being negative.
you're
Yeah.
saying they should do a mix of like the old castle and Disney World.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So
They should put.
You should be able to get cotton candy at Versailles.
Yeah. At the Acropolis.
You go, this is where they spilled hot oil on invading people.
Yeah.
And that's Chippendale.
Yeah. They have a hot oil.
Brandon's like, what about hot oil?
Yeah. Is there funnel cake in the oil? Can I have some of that? I don't know, man. It just seems so. I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna legitimately say why Disney sucks. It's just like a giant, company that
And you didn't feel ripped off?
sorry.
that it's expensive as fuck. And
you
I
didn't
didn't pay for it.
Oh, okay.
oh, I see. That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, if I paid for it, I'd be like, fuck this place to death.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what, $14 premium Mickey bar? Yes, please.
And you went just a couple years ago. You said.
Yeah.
So
I was in my 30s.
A man in his 30s didn't pay for a damn thing at Disney World. Dude, that's fucking crazy.
I'm taking as much free shit as I can
Yeah.
get until I'm dead.
That's true. I'll give you that. But that's
Brandon's
fun.
dad is like, guys, we never hang out anymore. And I'm really tired of pushing your mother around in that wheelchair.
My traps have gotten huge. Full arm extended, pushing your fat mother up the hill, at the top of the hill, where our house is situated. Brent's like, take me to Disney. I'm not coming to Thanksgiving unless you take me to Disney. And if you don't do it, I'm writing a rap about it. About you being a bad parent.
I'll never have children. You'll never be a grandparent.
You never went to Disney, did you, Mike, or did you?
When I was 10, yeah.
10, okay. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I did want to go as a kid.
Have you ever been?
No.
You've never been? Oh, okay.
So that's probably what's going on here.
Oh, okay. Now you're turning on me too much.
Well, it's nice. It's great when you're 10,
right?
And if you have a special needs brother, you get to the front of the lines.
That's awesome.
That was pretty sweet.
That's one of the. That's when it. That must have been top day that it like worked out.
Yeah.
That almost made. How many regular days does that buy you? You'd think like 40, 50?
It was like probably a good year.
A good year.
Yeah.
Now,
300 days of him just, Do
you actually have to be like mentally disabled or whatever, or could I?
He's getting the dossier ready for his next trip.
I'm going, oh, cut the lines. My own little personal fast pass is just walking in and being like, thank you. They're like, oh, I'll get to the head of the line. And I'm like, thank you so much.
Sir, did they make you wait in line? I'm so sorry.
And they're like, there's two different lines. There's like they have a different line for clearly poor 30-year-old men pretending to be retarded.
Yeah, it's the exit line. They're like, oh, here you go. I walk out. I'm like, this is just Orlando.
I was just in Orlando. What's that?
They're like, sir, do they make you wait in line? Orlando, that's kind of a bummer.
Orlando
sucks ass.
Yeah. It was horrible. Yeah. We stayed in like a fake, because all the hotels in Orlando are sort of Disney adjacent. So we stayed in like it was so funny. It was like bootleg. It was like the Marriott Castle, and it was like medieval themed, and it was so clearly like a fake Disney. They couldn't say we're Disney, but they were like,
I love that shit, bro.
And we tried to get a regular hotel, and you just couldn't get one. They were all fucking shitty and overpriced. But yeah, Orlando sucked dick, and all the like restaurants around there are for like families that are everything is just kind of, you feel like you're in a giant mall.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, the minute you land in the airport, they're like, it's Disney Disney Airport.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's something so off about that. It's like, okay, I get it. It's a fine experience, especially when you have kids, whatever. But it's like, do more stuff.
Yeah,
that's all
I
saying.
do agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Because
like,
the minute it's like Disney and like Magic Kingdom and all that stuff. Like Disney proper is like, whoa, and then you get out of Orlando and you're like, is all the money going to there?
Yeah. Because, Brendan, you can, like, go to Thailand and be around kids.
Brendan's like, Thailand and Disney, my two vacation spots. Oh, dude, there's a fucked up amount of people that is like that. I promise you. I promise you that.
It's a big Venn diagram.
Oh, very large Venn diagram. Very large. Hell, there's no chance you went to Disney, did you?
No, we never went. We're definitely way too poor.
Yeah.
I remember one time my dad, like when we were fresh off the boat, like Albanian immigrants in Baltimore, my dad took like a road trip to Florida with his boys, like just for Albanian.
Without you guys?
Yeah, just for Albanian.
So this is what, like 90? This is literally like
probably
93?
94, something like that. Just like 4 middle-aged Albanian immigrants, like all fresh off the boat.
That's
They
awesome.
drove down there, and I remember like I would talk to him on the phone, and all I wanted to know was like, "Did you go to Disney? Did you go to Disney?" He said like one day they went to the parking lot and just like looked inside from the gate, like with no plans to go in or ready to go
That's
in.
the immigrant Disney vacation. Oh, look at us at the Disney World.
That's hilarious, dude. I never knew about your dad's fresh off the boat road trip with the fellas.
Right.
Well, you guys, what do you think he was up to on that road trip?
I don't know, honestly.
You think they were buying some pussy up and down the eastern seaboard?
100%.
They probably weren't buying pussy, but Maybe, though I doubt it.
You don't think 4 Albanians in a car together for 3 days in a row?
Maybe they went to a strip club. I could see that.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Elvis's dad had a red dot of a sniper rifle on his head. Didn't even realize how close he came to being killed. They're like, we got 4 Albanians.
Yeah, 4 Albanians coming onto the property. They're going to try and eat and roast Mickey. They think he's a giant mouse. They're going to take him home for Easter. Their plan was to drive. They just got to the country. Their plan was to drive to where you could get giant rodents to feed their family for the next 6 months.
They're thinking about Mickey tied to the roof of their car.
Keeping him alive to slaughter him fresh in Baltimore
for Easter.
Fuck, that's hilarious, dude. Good for those. I guess that's like
Should
we
I
just
take
got.
the shot?
Yeah, should I take the shot? It's like, no, that's so funny to think about. Just some immigrants just being like, we're in America. We've just been doing the pay. We've been near our wives and children, like in wherever they're keeping you to like immigrate. It's like time for the boys to let off.
Let's go to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
They probably weren't buying pussy because they weren't savvy enough with the country.
I think
not
that's
because
right.
there wasn't a will to buy pussy. But think about guys who don't even speak English with like $8 between them, trying to negotiate sex from a woman in the streets.
They just go to Kroger. They're like, I buy pussy from you.
Put $4 sandwich and pussy, please. I take half sandwich, all pussy. Yeah, just trying to the girl behind this, like at a Panera, trying to get her to fuck him in their Camry. That's nice, man. That's a cute little trip.
Quiet down, Mike and Sagalow. I have important information for our listeners. I'm here from Europe. I'm beaming into this episode because I have incredibly impressive, important offers for you to be aware of. Folks, Stavvy's World, we are one of the few podcasts that cares about the nut and the health of the jizz of our listeners. That's right. We are partnering with Legacy. Legacy tests your cum. I hope they like this ad. But it's true. Jizz is not as healthy as it used to be, folks. Apparently, our grandfathers had more luscious, viscous, healthy cum. Okay? Young men were waiting longer, and you think you can be old as hell and have kids. That's not necessarily true. I'm a little worried. I'm an unhealthy guy. I'm the age my parents were when they had me, and it ain't in sight for me to have kids yet. So I think I'm going to take up Legacy. They're a company that tests the vitality of your sperm. I'm sure mine are going to be off the charts. But they from home, no doctor's office, no, you can beat off. They take a sample. You give them the sample. No weird doctor's office, no cold room, you're jacking off, you're self-conscious. Jack off in your home. Test the health of your jizz from the comfort of your home. Mail it into these people. Seal it up tight. Okay? If you like your postman, seal up that sample tight. But you can find out how it's looking for you. You can save your freshest, most powerful sperms that will bring you the offspring that will continue your line, your lineage. They will store it for you. They have plans from 1 to 25 years. It's a beautiful company. We are happy to be in business with them. It's time to take your future into your own hands, literally. Testing and freezing your youngest, healthiest sperm keeps all your future options open. Legacy offers sperm testing and freezing you can do 100% from home. To see if a sperm testing and freezing is right for you, visit givelegacy.com and use promo code STAVVY, STAVVY, for 10% off. That's GIVE legacy.com, promo code STAVVY. Let's see what that nut's about.
My dad did ask me once in my 20s. I was just like in Baltimore, early 20s. I was like, hey, want to go get some dinner? Like, me and him never really like did anything together at all. I was like, hey, let me go sit down for a fucking meal with this guy. And we were like driving. As soon as we were out of the neighborhood, he was like, hey, want to go to one of those bars where the women dance topless? He asked me if I want to go to a strip club. And I'd like never known him to go to one. He was like, oh yeah, I went with two family friends of ours before, and I just like imagine like 3 like subdued Albanian guys. Like, he's like, it's nice. They're topless. You could drink a beer. It's really fun. That's how he
just describing a strip club in the most basic terms. They have chairs. You can sit down. You can take a load off. Have a beverage. Look at breasts. It's pretty cool. Just trying to get your son, your adult son, to go to a strip club with you.
Sex talk with Elders.
That's the closest Elders got to a sex talk.
Absolutely.
That's so fucking funny.
But I was just like, I don't know.
How about we just get burgers?
That's fun. Yeah, I never really did anything with my dad. I mean, I know you do, but did you guys like hang out with your dad a lot?
No, are you kidding
really.
me?
No.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about this. It's like, literally, my job is to be good at talk. Like, I could we especially like training yourself like to just. Like this show's
sit down with anybody.
I can pretty much sit down with it. Like on this pod, we've had people that I don't really know. Like obviously you guys are my boys, but it's like when I have like people, it's like you
mean that?
yeah man, things going tough at home, Mike. I do mean that.
Mike's at home. Dear diary, today was a great day.
Stav said I was his boy.
Yeah. But it's like literally.
Shut the fuck
Shut up, bitch! I don't need you. I'm gonna go hang out with Eldest and Stav.
Do not open the door when Daddy's writing in his diary.
Fuck. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I feel like literally, I'm like, how is the one guy on earth that it feels like I can't talk to for more than 4.5 straight minutes my own father?
I feel the exact same way.
And I know it's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's definitely not me.
No, it's the dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
And my dad, but I don't know.
I'm so close with my son. I'm like, are we too close?
Yeah, have you guys kiss on the lips? Probably
we kiss on the lips. We pee at the same time.
I don't know. I mean, no, I think you're fine. I think it's definitely not a too close.
No,
believe me, it's not a too close thing. But I don't know.
It's crazy. It's like they don't make any effort to try to like connect with you or like be your friend.
And it's like, what does he talk about with his friends?
Does your dad have friends?
My dad has a bunch of fun. Like, he goes to one Greek coffee shop, but it's become it was a coffee shop. And literally, this guy just started cooking for his friends because they were there constantly.
Yeah.
And over the course of 12 years, it's become a restaurant.
Hilarious.
And it's actually good. It's the best Greek food in fucking Baltimore. But anyway, him and his boys just hang out there. And part of me is like, dude,
we got to start selling sandwiches here. Or something.
Literally, dude, they're always like
a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not kidding. It's actually good. Like, you didn't come, did you? Next time we're in Baltimore, looking for somewhere to go, we should eat there. It's fucking good. But yeah, they just hang out there. And part of me is like, maybe they just don't have that rich of a life where it's like, I do think they just talk kind of surface level. Like, they're always just talking about like Greek soccer and like, work sucks and like.
They're not doing a lot of introspection.
Did you watch Baby Reindeer on Netflix?
Yeah. But that's the other thing. It's not even that. Like, at least like with my mom, we will slip into just baseline pop culture.
Baseline, yeah.
Like, whoa.
Did you see that movie or whatever?
Yeah, and and by the way, she has opinions and they're interesting.
Right.
And it's like, or she'll tell a story, or I'll ask her a question about like what were their lives like, because it is interesting to think about your parents before you were born.
Yeah,
they had an entire life that you don't even consider.
No,
you know what I mean? You're like, fuck that. Though
once I start thinking about that, I start thinking about my mom getting fingered and stuff. And I don't even want to think about that.
That's pretty fun.
It's not fun.
The guy's fucking.
Well, she's probably getting fingered nowadays too.
No way.
You don't think so?
No way. She doesn't.
When's the last time you think a finger pop was in your mom's pussy?
I mean, I think Clinton was in office last time. Maybe Bush Jr. or whatever.
I don't know. I actually kind of like the idea of thinking of my like the prequel to my
it's interesting.
like the solo of my parents' lives, because it's like go be I can relate to them more. I actually kind of think that's the only way me and my dad are ever gonna have a relationship, if I relate to him as a guy, because like as a dad, it's kind of over. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's been so long since our dads were people of color,
right?
Like, white, so you think like your dad being young would be like, "Don't move your fucking walls."
Yeah. Oh, dude,
I'm
Greek
sure.
Town, they did not respect the Greeks.
No,
when they came in the 80s, it was literally like everyone spoke Greek. It was crazy. Like, they came in 82. I was born in 89, and like by the mid 90s, Greek town was kind of over in that way. But like there was like 4 or 5 years when they first got here where they were like an English language or a Greek language theater group. They would bring Greek actors from Greece.
They don't even learn English, right? When they come here?
No, dude, my dad still barely knows English.
Yeah.
Like, you guys would have a kind of hard time talking to my dad. You would figure it out, but it wouldn't be like, and that may be part of it, too, the language barrier. Yeah. My Greek is all right, but it's like,
Do you and your dad say I love you?
No. No, I don't think so.
When my dad says it, I go, all right, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like interesting. Where did this come from?
Yeah, I just started saying I love you to him, and I was like, I love you, and he was like,
Yeah,
I threw him off.
Yeah. That's good though. Yeah, because you guys actually do stuff.
We try. Like we'll try to like go out and go to dinner and stuff like that. But it's like it's all it's his world.
Yeah.
It's maybe like they're guarding something, or because like you said, I know what my dad likes. He likes basketball. He likes the Yankees.
Right.
He doesn't like Muslims.
Right. There's a long list of what he doesn't like. For sure.
Long list of what he doesn't like, which you think you could. And yeah, it's the same thing. It's like you talk to people. And your job is
jealous of that.
What?
Because I don't even think my dad has enough like he's not even like race, you know what I mean? Like, and not because he's a good guy, because he just hasn't really thought about what races he does and doesn't like. You know what I mean? It's like he'll say some ignorant shit, but because he heard it like around, I don't know.
And he's
weird.
From Greece.
Yeah. He grew up.
Oh, I know what races he doesn't like.
Yeah, by default.
Be a genius to figure that
out. But anyway, I don't know. Like even soccer, it's like I don't know. I wish we had a little basket. Like I feel like your dad was that way too, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like when my dad and his like Albanian friends were always hanging out, like a big go-to was just like bitching about politics. That would like quickly take over a whole night of hanging out. They had like big political debates about probably like Albanian politicians and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet your dad probably does some of that and just...
Yeah, my dad, the weird thing is he was... Because he grew up under, there was a like fascist...
Elvis's dad is like, are you voting for a goat or a horse?
I was trying to think of the same thing. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, how do I...
You're trying to think of the same thing?
Yeah.
Goat, horn like Jew, no vote goat. Must vote horse, strong. But light brown horse, not dark brown horse. Who are you supporting in Albanian mud wrestling match for Prime Minister?
Just fight to the death.
Each politician's villager gets their biggest, strongest retard, oils him up, and puts them in a mud pit. And whoever suffocates the other retard,
he gets sworn in.
His champion, yeah, he gets sworn in.
They're like, not voting is a vote for horse.
I know goat is not perfect. He's not perfect candidate.
Now it's not time for purity test. He will be even worse for Gaza. God damn.
Hey, speaking of Gaza, just real quick.
Sure.
Looks like Israel lied about the rapes.
Interesting. Yeah. You heard it from Mike Brooks.
Just want to say congrats to our boys for not raping anyone, which I knew you didn't.
Yeah.
Other people weren't.
And I'd like
sure.
to say congrats to my boys for coming up with a cool lie.
Yeah. Oh, you're a Zionist, Brendan? Irish, Long Island, Brendan Sagalow.
That's right. We gotta represent. We gotta stand with Israel.
Represent the shoes.
What is even that?
I don't know. C for Zionist.
Okay, all right. Interesting, fun. We're gonna learn that was some kind of white supremacist thing by accident. You just did like some kind of like neo-Nazi thing.
Sam Hyde or something.
Blur out his hands just in case when you put it on the episode, Elders. That way we make it look like he did something horrible. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I don't fucking know, but whatever. That's it. That's fun to think about. Yeah, doing stuff. And I mean, me and my brothers hung out with my dad. We did a little barbecue. Honestly, the platonic ideal of hanging out with your dad is grill up some meats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eat, and then have so many meats in your system that there's like some gentle sporting event on your TV.
Yeah.
Like we were watching, nobody cares about golf. Throw some golf on.
Yeah.
Take a nap. Like
Yeah.
your dad starts kind of napping, and it's like great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talked for 10 minutes, kind of.
Because it is a little weird to be too close with your dad.
Yeah.
Those guys who like their dads too much and their friends.
Right. Their family in
This is
general.
repulsive.
Anyone who like hangs out with their family that isn't like the wife and kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
If you're like, yeah, I go on vacation with my mom and dad every year. You're like,
Well, don't knock that.
enjoy
please.
that, psychopath.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, didn't you just say your dad took you to Disney World?
Yeah, well, if it's some gay infantilizing vacation, that's different. If he puts you in a big diaper,
I'm not turning down Disney World. Are you kidding?
I'm not gonna go to the beach with my parents like some fucking loser.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get $80 worth of Mickey's cash to have a fucking to have barbecue sliders.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go meet Winnie the Pooh. It's not something stupid. I'm not doing some gay shit.
Fuck, dude, that's awesome. What did your guys' dads do? What did your dad do for a living?
My dad was a lawyer for AIG for a long time.
Nice.
And then he left and just started becoming a consultant, like an insurance law consultant.
Nice.
And now I think he's retired.
Freudian slip there. So just some nice white collar living in the Long Island burbs.
Right.
Life.
Staying out, getting hookers.
Really?
I think so.
That's
He was
awesome.
just like a blur in a suit for the longest time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He was just never around.
Staying
He's
in
the
the
guy
city
that
a
goes
lot?
to like Chili's by himself. On his lunch break, gets a double cheeseburger.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's one of those guys. Always had the Bluetooth ear thing. Always
Making deals.
go for Thai.
Making deals, but such low level insurance deals too.
Yeah.
Like, insurance is
Yeah,
not
it's like-
exciting.
I got us $5 more.
Did he work in the city?
Yeah, he worked in like a building in the city.
Classics. I mean, dude, that's Long Island guys who would work in the city.
That's kind of a nice life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Don
old
Draper
fashioned.
kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They held
Yeah.
on to that. Like, my family's here, and
Yeah.
you can really be two guys.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Geographic proximity.
My family's here, and there's a girl that works at Jamba Juice that's nice to me.
Yeah.
She's there.
Yeah, one day I'm gonna overstep and offer to purchase her college tuition for her. She's gonna find it weird. She's gonna realize I'm not just a nice guy, and I've been thinking about fucking her every second that I've ever talked to
I'm
her.
going to get her jewelry for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my wife
So funny.
I'm going to get my wife a fucking...
a John Grisham novel, and I'm gonna get this girl fucking 24 karat earrings.
Sapphire.
You're just such a good friend, and it's nice talking to you every morning. Yeah, my doctor says my diabetes is too bad for me to even get Jamba Juice, so I've just been coming here, buying something, and throwing it away. Not giving it to a homeless guy, which I could be doing. I've just been throwing it in the trash and thinking about eating your pussy.
Yeah.
In my DXL elastic khakis.
That's so funny because I went to the coffee shop yesterday and the girl working there was like, she said something about my shirt and we chatted for a little bit and then I left and I was like, this is the greatest relationship. Like, that's the height of human relationships.
Of course.
Because I didn't say anything weird.
No.
It's just like older guy getting a little bit of attention.
Just enough.
She gets to talk to a customer for a little bit.
Yeah.
do a
Right,
shitty
right.
job.
And you
that's it.
haven't like, as long as you don't reveal the freak barely under the surface. That's what most of this polite society is.
Very hard to
Yeah,
do.
Very hard to do.
Because it's constantly thinking about all of like the freaky shit. She's like, nice shirt, and you're like, ooh, like see it on your floor. You're like, don't say that. Don't say that.
No. Yeah.
No way. That's what you're thinking about saying.
I mean,
You're just
I'm on the
quietly
spot.
thinking about fucking her.
Yeah.
It's not even saying anything. It's like being fucking.
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like an intangible, just like clearly in your, some like minor like I want to fuck eyes. Like nothing funnier than a guy who's like clearly thinks he's being charming,
Right,
And
right.
he's just being fucking weird.
No. Yeah, you got
That's
to be
tough.
aware of like.
You just got to be like, no, just like,
just a little
thanks.
friendly interaction.
yeah.
Give her a little. Oh, thanks.
I left. I was like, I'm awesome. Wow, I'm so cool.
Yeah, that would be a fun. There would be. I don't want to. Obviously, the point of getting married is not to cheat, but there is part of you that's like, that seems pretty like a fun life.
What?
Yeah.
Just you
Cheating on
Having
your
an
wife?
affair.
just like being a guy who commutes somewhere and just is an animal and just like, you
Well,
know.
now it's impossible. You can't cheat without it like being like, well, what if she like DMs my wife or something like that?
Right.
Where it's like back then you could give someone a fake name and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then just fuck them and
Yeah, those were the glory days.
Yeah.
Now you literally have to go to, I guess, a foreign country, and even then,
they could DM.
Yeah.
They could figure it out.
you would need.
You come back from the foreign country and she's like, let me smell your dick. Yeah. Just don't cheat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But there's
don't.
nothing wrong. I mean, if somebody says something about your
not saying you
shirt,
should, yeah.
you can say, "Yeah, I got it at Marshall's." You know, that's not illegal.
That's not illegal. You can jack off to maybe you go to Marshall. She happens to be there.
Yeah.
You go to the fitting room. She sucks your
Yeah,
dick. You
right.
can't get hard.
Right.
You're like, even in your fantasies, you can't get hard.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's good old fashioned.
You show up at that coffee shop all the time, even when she's not working.
Right,
You'd be like, "Hey,
right.
what's her name?
Yeah.
Do you know where
Right.
she lives? She
Hey.
dropped this."
Right, yeah.
Hey, I'm her tutor. I'm her PSAT tutor.
Yeah.
What's your schedule exactly? I just want to drop off just tell me what you working.
You dress up like a cop. You're like, her family's been in a horrible accident, and I was wondering if you had some contact.
You buy a fucking cop suit off Amazon.
I'm a detective. I need nudes.
Yeah.
I need to see pictures of her
Just
naked.
commit multiple crimes to see her again.
Twirling your little baton.
You're like, I'm just kidding. I got this at Party City.
That's so fucking funny. I don't know, man. There's something. I guess in when I'm thinking of it, it's like you're married to someone you don't like, which is not the point.
Yeah.
But it just seems like
No, I love my wife.
Yeah,
We don't sleep in the same bed together because she sleeps with my son.
Right. I can
Yeah.
see not sleeping with your partner every night. That seems like a bit of a drag.
Right.
I need some fucking, you know what I mean? Every once in a while.
Well, Salvador Dali had a whole other house for his wife.
Is
in
that
the
so?
back.
For his wives?
For his wife, yeah.
Oh,
him
in the
and
back?
his wife, like, he had a big house, and then she had a smaller house in the
You're
back.
a big
Like a
dolly
dog.
guy. You're a big-
Hey, they teach us that at Disney University.
That's awesome.
Wait,
You
do you
got
watch
the
Chef's
dolly.
Table? Do you watch Chef's Table?
Yeah.
Because there's that chef. His name's like Francis Malman or something. He's like Argentinian, and his whole thing is like he cooks outside.
Oh,
He like digs these big pits and like he'll
that was
smoke,
a
like,
sick
whole
episode.
animal. That
But
was
yeah,
a
when
cool
he starts
episode.
talking about his personal life, it's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
He's like, it's easy to get bored with one woman, so we'd keep our distance.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you even bring this up? To
He
your-
would just
Right.
disappear for like 4 months or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Clearly cheat. He's got a cheating phenotype.
Right.
But
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the food that
food
he
was-
made looked incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Man, Chef's Table, dude. That was a beautiful
He's
time.
like,
in my
romance is not good if you see your wife every day.
life.
Just how he treats her like shit.
Yeah. My true love is cooking huge goats over an open flame, which I kind of get. If you told me what I would love to do every day, like one person or cook delicious fucking wild game every day.
Oh, yeah.
There's something about cooking with real fire. It's just
Yeah,
like
you
it's
feel
like
fucking
the
awesome.
best thing you can do. Yeah.
Dude, Chef's Table, when that shit came out, and it was like, that was right before I moved to New York. I'm living in Baltimore. You feel cultured watching it too. Chef's Table is like kind of like, high end production, whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna be in New York. Like, I was finally getting pussy on my own. I was
I'm gonna be eating
nice.
dinner with Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Getting pussy on your own is a hilarious way to say that, too.
Is
Like
that-
I was finally getting pussy on my own.
Yeah, without a pussy
Without
chaperone.
a tutor, yeah. Without the training wheels on.
I was getting pussy, like, I guess outside of a relationship is what I meant to say, outside of like a college relationship.
Right.
I was like, I finally believed in myself. I was like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And I was like, just living with my boys in Baltimore, man.
Well, once you
Life
know,
never gets better.
it never
Watching
gets
Chef's
better than
Table,
that.
being like, I bet they'll make a new one of these. Never made another one.
Yeah.
Every other cooking show sucks dick in comparison.
It really
like-
sucks dick.
And
yeah.
it's like, life just doesn't get better than when you're about to do your dream, but you haven't had to do any of the work.
yeah.
It was
Right.
just thinking about how awesome it's going to be.
Yeah,
I didn't think
yeah.
about fucking, getting zero pussy in that living room over there. You know what I mean? Like, goddamn, just getting gaining 20 pounds every year.
Yeah. Well, once it clicks that you're like, there's some like hot chicks that like fat guys, it's all over. You're like, oh, I don't even need to work on myself.
Brendan, that's actually true for me. You clearly still have you still hate being fat. That's my issue. My issue is, but you clearly are like,
so?
dude, I know you do, man. I know in your head you're like 120 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you to accept this. I want you to be good with yourself. I think you need to give yourself more love. But
No way, dude.
In your head, you want to be wearing like women's jeans and like a, you know what I mean, like a thin shirt.
I want to be like Eminem when he was 25.
Yeah.
Be like wearing dog tags and big heavy, being like, I like swimming in my clothes.
Yeah.
Or my clothes are actually like suffocating for my body.
I know. Your body dysmorphia is one of the funniest aspects of you for sure. How much
You're the only one that's noticed that.
I know. Okay,
Hopefully.
I just
I'm the only one.
there's probably just a couple more, not as many as you'd be worried about.
Here's the issue: is that everyone says you're fat. There are people in my life that are like, you're not that bad,
Right?
So I'm getting
they're lying to you.
I'm getting misinformation here. But what's the reason to lie here?
Because they have picked up on what I just told you, and they're protecting your feelings.
There's a hive mind going on. They're like, don't tell him.
He can't handle it. He's not strong enough to know how fat he is. He's gonna close his eyes and think about being on Epcot right now. It's a small
That'll
world
be my rock
after
bottom.
all. It's a small world after all. Brendan just has to do that for 3 minutes every time somebody tells him how fat he is.
That'll be my rock
Every time
bottom.
he sees the size on his jeans, he has to like.
I'm not changing my ways until they're like, sir, you cannot ride Thunder Mountain.
Folks, I'm back and I'm wearing a shirt this time because I wanted to show proper respect to our next sponsor, Rocket RX. That's right. Erectile dysfunction medicine has finally come to Stavvy's world. No longer will you, my beautiful listeners, have to suffer through limp, unsatisfying sexual intercourse. No, now with Rocket RX, and by the way, you're going to want to use promo code Stavvy to get 20% off. Terms and conditions apply. Stavvy, Stavvy, 20% off. Terms and conditions. With Rocket RX, my friend, you're going to show your loved one the time of their life. That's right. Rocket RX is going to get your thang into overdrive. They asked me to not be overly crude. I don't know if they know the show they fucking are advertising with, but I'll respect it because I have been begging for a wiener pill. We are the show for this type of product. Rocket RX. I will be respectful, but man, Rocket RX, think about this. Let me off the leash. I'll give you the best promo you ever had in your life. What's important for you guys, though, is to know that in the bedroom, you can truly please your partner in a way you haven't, provided you have a partner, whatever. I know half you. Please the Tinder date who's desperate enough to go back to your place afterwards. Look, the point is Rocket RX is a beautiful company. I have switched from all my personal erectile dysfunction needs. I have switched to Rocket RX. They're easy to work with. You can, fill out a brief little informational survey. It's quick, no doctor's visits. You get your pills in as little as 2 days. I hope I can say, I really want to say pill. You get your meat pills. Pills for your meat. Shout out to
meat pills.
Mandel.
Pills for your meat.
I want you to check out Rocket RX. Complete a 100% online, quick and easy consultation now with no in-person appointment needed. Get a free online prescription from a real U.S. clinical team today. Start now. It just takes 2 minutes, and you can have your shit rocket to space. Promo code Stavvy. That's what's important. STAVVY, get 20% off.
Hey, one of the bears is broken. Can we get somebody? Is there someone who can fill in for one of the country time jamboree bears? Brandon's like, it's my mom. Yeah. Anyone want to be one of the bears for a fast pass?
For a fast pass. For one fast pass. You're like,
yeah. Strumming.
all serious though, the country bear jamboree is really fun.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Oh,
man.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
So, okay.
Did they update that one?
No, it's still the old fucking, like, the eyes are popping out.
That's
It looks
awesome.
bad, right? But that's cool. They didn't.
I kind of
update
like
it.
that. I
I
kind of
like
like
that,
that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. We don't have to shit on Disney anymore, man, or
I
talk
don't-
about.
I like it. It's getting a lot of laughs.
When you guys were younger, did your moms ever lie to you about your weight? Like my mom would be like, "You're gonna go through your growth spurt, and
Yes.
it's all just gonna."
Absolutely.
And she didn't say like, "Hey, you should exercise a little bit."
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
like you're gonna grow out of it.
Oh, really?
My mom over, like, fatted me. Like, if she got me clothes,
Shamed you?
like, if I was like 12, she would get me clothes that were like double XL t-shirts. Like, my mom was like, of course you'll
coddled
only fill. Well, no, she, I guess, coddled, but it's like, she thought I was this weight.
Interesting.
Like, she said it in my head that she's like, yeah, well, we have a fat kid. And I was
Right.
like 13.
right.
And I was a little boy. And I was just a little boy.
Was she right or no?
I was a chubby kid.
Yeah.
Like, I had little puffy nipples and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had little
Yeah.
puffy titties,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like, I wasn't obese.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I do think there was.
Do you guys remember the scoliosis screening? Mm-hmm. They'd be like, "All right, boys, so we got to check you for scoliosis. You're all gonna line up and take your shirts off."
Right. That
And
was
I'd be
weird.
like, I just start sweating.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in high school and we were doing swimming, like when they had to do swimming, I just kept cutting the class because I didn't want to take my shirt off and go to the pool. But then they called my parents and they were like, well, he's not showing up to the classes and this is a requirement. So he needs to do it. So there was a part where the rest of the class was doing some other thing in the pool while I was doing what they just did last week. Like they
So
were
it's even
outside of the
more-
pool.
it's even more humiliating.
Even more humiliating because I'm like,
Yeah.
and they're all like judging me and looking at me.
Yeah. Whereas if you just gone, if you'd taken your medicine while everybody else was doing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, life lesson, man.
Nice
There's like a helicopter looking for you. They're like, we got a fat kid skipping swim class again. Is it making the sound? I don't have.
I like
headphones, but-
saying we have a fat kid skipping swim class again. Like, these damn fat kids.
So you were a fat child too, Mike, huh? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I thought you did.
I knew you had like I didn't realize it was like a fundamental thing because we've talked about how you don't like getting fatter like now.
I'm
you know
trying
what I
to
mean?
resist
like
it,
as a dad. You're trying to stay away from fat dad life.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I think you're perfect for, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But I knew that was like a worry. I didn't realize there was like so when you were like, you had like an in shape period in your youth in like your 20s, 30s. And then it was like, but it's sandwiched between a fat childhood and your fat. Now you're the fat father.
Yeah.
Because you were telling me how you were like tried on a 2XL shirt as a joke and it just fit perfectly. That's so funny. Being like, look how fucking fat I am.
Look how big these
Oh
clothes
God.
Oh, this is how I'm supposed to wear t-shirts. This is how t-shirts are supposed to feel.
Yeah, dude, I know.
I go to Saudi Arabia. I'm like, this is amazing. Put on a little hat.
Yeah. Fat dadhood is just that seems nice though, man.
Yeah, but it's just like if your wife leaves you, you don't want to be
Right.
like a fat piece of shit.
Right. Well,
you
just
know?
strong. You
gotta
just have to
a
have
little-
big arms.
Yeah.
You just have to be a
I
strong
did go to
man.
the gym. I was swinging a kettlebell the other day in front of the mirror, and I was like, I think I'm hot.
Yeah.
So I guess as long as you think you're hot,
That's all it takes.
It's
dude.
all it is,
That's all it
yeah.
takes.
Yeah.
You feel powerful. You got to feel strong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. And
I'm
then
gonna
if
blow up your shoulders and your like traps.
that's
and
it,
then
dude.
it's- Yeah.
Fat belly,
Your
big,
chest.
big
It's fine.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
With a kid, you gotta have a kid though.
Sure.
And that's where you were afforded a route to being sort of fat.
Right.
That's acceptable and even attractive.
Yeah.
Without a kid, you're just fat. That's what I'm trying to get, but without a
Right.
child. Like I just want to be like that guy.
You want to get skinny?
Yeah, but
Not skinny. I just want to have big ass arms.
Right.
I actually love being fat in a way that's fucked up. Like, I would not choose to be like what I'm supposed to be on the BMI chart.
Yeah.
Like, if I could snap my, I guess I would, and then I would just gain like 40 pounds. Just
It would
like,
be cool if you had like that dude Ethan Suplee kind of hit like his trend. Like if you became like that,
I'd love to.
I don't want you to do that though. I don't want you to be one of those
guys.
guys that like get surgery or something.
No.
And we have to accept like skinny Stav.
Not surgery.
I would have a hard time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not surgery.
I knew somebody.
We're
who,
like, hey, hey, Stav, you look great.
right?
Oh my
you
guys,
lost
take
a lot
control of
of
who you
weight.
are. Every day, every new day you wake up is an opportunity.
Yeah,
you don't
right.
have to be this way, Brendan. You
can't
can
do
stop going to Disney World. You can get fucking ripped. You can put on those size 29 jeans you were thinking about wearing to Warped Tour 15 years ago. That you were there as in sophomore in high school. You're like, 6 months from now, I'll fit into these jeans. You can get into those jeans right now, Brendan. I believe in you.
I would rather be fat than have that fucked up stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like that where it's like melted and shit.
You mean the extra
the
skin.
gastric bypass, extra skin stomach.
Yeah. The skin is tough. That, I mean, not that I'll ever lose enough weight to have excess skin, but that would be one thing I might consider trimming up a little bit. You know what I mean? Get that cool scar.
Yeah.
You know, because I have gotten fat enough where if I do lose weight, it'll probably be, a little bit of a belly. But yeah, I agree with you. You got to have a little belly, man.
Yeah.
A man's got to have a belly as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's sus if you don't.
Yeah. Eldest is kind of like you, where he thinks he's fucking hot as shit, and he thinks he's gonna be like
is.
skinny.
I'm gonna give you what I want people to give me. You are.
Okay.
Thank you. You too, brother. You're hot, brother.
Yeah, you do look good. You have a full head of hair, beard.
Sure.
There you go.
Yep, but it's like
There's a lot of cosmetic work going on to just. I recently like switched over to 3XL, and it's like, man.
T-shirts.
Yeah.
big difference.
Feel better?
Yeah. I lost like weight the last couple months, but even still, it's like, man, it feels good just to be in a shirt that fits right.
Yep.
Because it just feels good to have like the fabric hang off.
Just
you
a
in
little
nice
hand
way.
feels good.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like you're not visibly trying to squeeze into something that it just clearly does not fit you.
That only fits in that one straight ahead angle
Right.
that no one will ever look at you from. You know what I mean? Everyone's seeing you from every other angle. You don't have the courage to look at yourself.
Or if you sit down in it, you're fucked. But if you're like standing as tall as possible, it's like the 2X is hanging good. But you sit down and it's like all belly. You want a little slack when you're sitting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like the way that XL t-shirt fits me now.
XL?
Yeah.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Back in the X's.
I'm at 2, bro.
Yeah,
I'm at 2XL.
Oh, I'm
I like
dreaming
it.
to get back to 2, man.
I've
I'm at 3, but I lost probably almost 40 pounds, and I just fit better in the same shirt size. That's a brutal realization.
Yeah,
To be
you're
like
like,
40
oh, God.
pounds of weight loss buys me breathing room in a 3X. Doesn't get me down a size.
Yeah.
Buys me a more comfortable fit in 3X.
Oh my God.
That's really tough. That's one where you're
so
like, what's the
disheartening.
fucking point?
Yeah.
Put me on Ozempic. What am I working hard for? What am I eating vegetables for?
Are you would you do Ozempic?
I don't know. It scares me. Feels too good to be true.
I know, right?
Feels like
There's
a
gotta
deal
be
with the
another
devil.
shoe that drops.
Yeah. I'm giving it a couple more years to see if people start getting stomach cancer.
Right, or like some sort of tail growing or something like that.
What if it's like, oh, well, it turns out that first batch of Ozempic actually worked and made your cock bigger, but all the
new
subsequent
one. batches
batches will never work.
Right.
And your dick shrivels. Anyway, look, that's enough of the fat pussy hour. We have people to help, and what better episode, what better panel to help the everyman than my dear friends Brendan and Mike. And you guys want to plug anything here at the midway point?
I got a new podcast called Sag Daddy to Pod. That's out. It's fun. Check it out on YouTube and all that stuff. And then I got a special coming out in August.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
So it's actually out now, probably, because we are
Hilarious. I might be dead.
Yeah. So yeah, the special's doing great. Actually, literally tell us the date, and we'll try and do it.
August 9th is when the special's going to come
Okay.
out.
Well, maybe not. We'll see.
I think that could work.
We can do it. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
It
look
just
at that.
came out.
Wow.
That's
It
awesome.
just came out. The podcast just came out.
Well, the podcast is out now.
Or I'm sorry, the special just came out. The podcast has been
The
out.
podcast is. I just quit it.
Yeah.
Too hard. No one respects me. I couldn't get good guests.
Yeah, so that was fun. Go watch the 6 episodes Brendan did do, and watch his, more importantly, his special. And then, Mike, what do you got for us, buddy boy?
I'm going through a divorce at the moment. So if you could, I got a special out on YouTube. It's called I'm Normal, and I do a podcast every week called Out for Smokes with Sean McCarthy and Scott Chaplin.
I love it.
Nice. That special was awesome too, dude.
Thanks.
It was
Yeah,
very
really
funny,
good.
dude.
Thanks a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah. Go watch it. We've plugged it here before, but Ian was talking over you the whole episode.
He took a shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that. Him coming to your house and shitting. It's not that he shat. It's just that he needs to like be the center of attention and have drama around him.
Shit
all the
in
time.
your like,
immediately. Yeah. And it was like he can't. And look, you can shit in my house, but it was the first thing he did.
The first thing he did. Yeah.
That's weird.
That's weird.
It's weird for it to be the first. You just got here.
The disrespect.
I was podcasting.
Yeah. At his house.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather shit in my own house than even a friend's house. You can't take a quick shit at your house?
No. I would hold it in because I need to get just naked to shit.
Fully nude.
I get fully nude to
Interesting,
shit.
interesting. Every time, not even like a bad one?
If I'm in public, no, but every single time.
But
if I'm at home.
I'm in public, no. Oh, okay. So when you're at LaGuardia, you don't get naked.
No, you laugh, but you know, I've tried it. But no, at my house, I'll of course.
And what's that? What, you just feel freer?
Freer. You can spread your legs out more.
You don't have to
know,
worry about
I don't feel like I'm pissing on my
clothes.
on my clothes, or like if I have a bad shit, it comes up my back and then like gets all over my fucking.
What do you mean it comes up your back? How the fuck would that even happen?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Up your back? I really don't. I wish I
Guy
did.
starts eating salmon and rice.
No, hold on.
acts like
You're
his
sitting
shit
on a
hasn't
toilet.
come up his
Your asshole is over the toilet. I'm not saying if you were pressed against a surface, shit couldn't come up your back, but
He's shitting naked. He's like, "Mommy, I'm done." Oh, no, wait,
I'm
not
done.
here.
every time, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. Try it.
I've only ever, if I'm really struggling, I've taken my shirt off. If I'm like sick or hungover or like something like that. But
That's hilarious. We're like,
I'm like, literally, dude. I'm like, fuck.
dude, those middle of the night painful shit.
Brutal stuff. Brutal.
So tired too.
Literally praying to God. The only moments
Make
that
it stop,
literally,
make it
I'm like,
stop.
I'm sorry, Lord. Yeah. I'll never drink 8 whiskeys and order fucking Seamless in the Uber. Fall fully asleep, be woken up by the delivery guy bringing me a pizza and 20 wings. Wake up, eat them, and go immediately back to sleep ever again. And then 45 minutes
That sounds
later, just be like,
awesome.
Damn, I guess it has been good being sober. I'm like, what is this even doing for me? And it's like, wow, I haven't had one of those shits in a really long time.
You're sober?
I've been sober. I'm doing a sober year.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Nice.
turned 35 in February, and so, but it's been tough.
It's good, but having that first whiskey after you haven't drank in a while is like,
Yeah.
there's nothing better.
That it's like
Life doesn't-
the drinking is like, I just want a couple. I would want a little. It's really
Yeah.
the weed that's really getting me. Man.
Weed is hard.
Oh,
I
yeah?
really want to smoke a joint like every night. Every night I want
Every
to
night,
smoke
every
one.
morning.
Yeah.
I want to wake up and smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than coffee and a joint. Where you're
It is good,
Oh,
yeah.
my little speedball.
I love that, dude. I love
Yeah.
that low grade ass speedball. So fucking awesome. Yeah.
It's the best.
It has really told me how much I love weed, this stretch of being sober.
Yeah.
In the past, I would get off stuff. Like, I would, like right before I filmed my special, I was like, all right, 2 months just to dial in.
Yeah.
But it was like purely like, I have to be about my work. And then the minute, and I thought like, weed's not a big deal. Turns out it really is for me.
Yeah.
It really fucking is. But anyway, we're good. We've been doing about 6 months now, so.
That's
you know,
great.
you know, 6 more months and then we'll see. And then I'm back on the road immediately once that year is up. So then I'm like, should I open the floodgates as soon as I go on the road? That seems like a mistake too.
Right.
So anyway, we'll see. It might be more than a year. Or maybe I take a little break, and we'll see. Who gives a fuck? Maybe I fully relapse by the time this comes out. It's possible. I've thought about it pretty much every day the last 2 months. Anyway, let's take some calls.
Stav, eldest, love you guys and your work. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So I don't have a ton of emotional baggage or anything like that for you guys today, but I do have something simple that's been going on. It's pretty true to my heart and my stomach.
Okay.
Steak tacos. A little about me. I'm 27. I live in Indianapolis.
Oof, Indianapolis.
I've been trying to diet and get down to like 190. I'm sitting at about 240. And traditional tacos have been like my favorite food. And I try not to overdo it, especially with my diet. I just got my CDL and I drive for a local company a few months ago.
Nice. Congrats, bro.
I just started and recently I started having this insatiable fucking craving for steak tacos, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I was door dashing them like every other day for lunch or dinner. Well, today I found out my boss switched over our fucking company trucks over to biodiesel that uses the oil from a local restaurant chain here in town. I've probably spent like $200 or $300 on fucking steak tacos this month.
Is steak tacos
alone.
code for something?
Yeah, I know.
Like what? I'm having trouble following this.
I don't think it is. I don't think he's talking about,
I don't
think it's a Pizzagate situation where he's like, oh, some yummy cheese pizza to celebrate.
Yeah.
Like a Wayfair kind of situation.
Yeah.
Gonna kill me? Should I start making them at home? Fucking fill my freezer up with flank steak?
That really is the answer, actually.
Yeah.
To like save on the cost of it? I don't know. Let me know. Love you guys. Thanks.
That actually is the answer, because steak tacos, if this is not code for child pornography,
Right.
is a healthy meal. Like,
What does the oil have to do with it?
because his truck smells like, so they're on biodiesel, so it's like when he burns it, it smells like you're at a fucking carry out. So you just smell delicious smells.
Is he saying that, or is he saying they get it from a taco place? That's what I kind of figured. But either way, it doesn't really matter.
I think he means they switched over the biodiesel. Yeah, biodiesel, which is like,
From a local restaurant chain here in town.
isn't that what biodiesel is? They use like oils and shit
I
left
think
over.
so, yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway, whatever. The answer is make your own, because steak taco, flank steak is a pretty lean meat.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my go-to. So in my little Baltimore sabbatical, I have salmon and broccoli a lot. I have I make a kind of like taco meat thing where it's like ground chicken or ground turkey, and I saute a bunch of peppers and onions, and I eat that with some cabbage. And then another go-to meal is grilled flank steak, which is, it's one of the leanest cuts of beef, and the secret is you got to marinate it. And I marinate it with some soy sauce, some orange juice, some lime juice, a bunch of like chili powder, garlic, onions.
You should do chipotle pepper with adobo sauce.
Chipotle pepper with adobo sauce, exactly.
Some lime and garlic.
Put that in there.
And do like a steak taco bowl, maybe.
Bowl,
With
exactly.
avocado.
Yeah.
Maybe skip the cheese and the sour cream.
Skip the cheese, or get Greek yogurt. You
Yeah.
can make you get like low-fat Greek yogurt, which is a huge hack for like filling little snacks.
I love putting Greek yogurt in like a chili.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Power. That's a great move.
You know what you got to do? You do the chili, the hot chili, then you do chips on top, then you do a scoop of Greek yogurt, so you get the contrast of the cold yogurt. And
That's
the hot chili.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's a go-to move of mine, and I had to stop doing that because there was no way for me to eat that with any kind of moderation.
Sure.
The second I started, the second you introduce a chip situation, into it, it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do that, buddy. Get some flank steak, marinate it like that, grill it up.
Yeah.
It freezes nicely. You chop it up into little cubes. You can
Cheaper.
It's cheap. It's way cheaper.
Way cheaper.
I go to Costco and I get 2 flank steaks. I marinate one. I grill one. I marinate them both. I put one in the freezer after 2 or 3 days, and then I grill one. And then whenever I feel like having another one, I just fucking. In fact, I go back to Baltimore today. There's a marinated flank steak waiting for me that I'm gonna fucking take out.
Oh hell yeah!
Wow.
Or
Fuck all that.
Yeah.
And just keep going. Keep doing you, bro.
Yeah.
Tacos
You
and go
can't
to
take
Disney
it with
World.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through a couple drive-thrus, bro.
Yeah, you go start going to Taco Bell. Start eating Taco Bell in the daytime.
But you could do a nice burrito bowl with like steak, rice, beans, avocado,
Yes.
and pico.
Incredibly
and you could skip
filling,
the
yep.
cheese. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's good shit. And hot sauces, that's another little hack.
Oh, okay.
Hot sauce has no fucking calories.
And it
You
adds
find
a
a
lot,
couple
yeah.
sauces you really like, fucking hammer them home. You're in good shape, little buddy.
We're gonna change this guy's life.
I'm fucking hungry as shit now.
Yeah, dude, I'm like starving now.
That's making my dick
Starving.
hard.
Hilarious. I'm starving.
You can be starving, man. It's okay. Don't second guess yourself, man. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to feel deep
I don't know about
hunger.
starving though.
When was the last time you had? What was your?
When was the last time I ate? At 10 last night.
10 p. Oh, that's you're.
I'm starving. Be your little. That was John Panette's catchphase, but
Yeah,
you should.
yeah.
You should.
Oh,
do
really?
It. Yeah, yeah,
I didn't know he had a catchphrase.
yeah.
Even as a child, and I think he's very funny. But as a child, as a fat child, I was like, this feels like
too much.
minstrelly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels like he's fucking tap dancing for the non-fat community.
Yeah.
Because he was funny, he had good jokes. Then he'd be like, I'm starving. I'd be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
take it down. a
Yeah,
notch,
yeah,
man.
like, yeah.
Have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, may he rest in peace.
Yeah. He was great live.
Yeah, he's
Amazing.
I hugely respect him, obviously. And people are like, have you seen your own act, you fat piece of shit?
Yeah.
I know.
Right,
Relax.
right. But there is a difference between like, oh, here's a situational thing, and then being like, I'm a fatty baddie.
I think it was literally I'm starving that pissed me off.
Right, right, right.
I'm starving.
Because it was like the punctuation on already good jokes. And then
Yeah.
it's like, let me spell it out for these fucking retards who
Yeah.
don't get it.
Deb
Yeah.
loves him because she worked at Caroline's, and she said he would come in and he'd be like in a really good mood. He'd have a wine bottle full of M&Ms, and he would pour it into people's
That's
mouths.
awesome.
Oh my God.
He's the man. I wish I had met him, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
Yeah.
What else we got, LD?
Yes, Megale. So,
Yes,
what's
yes.
up, Stavvy, eldest, esteemed guest? So, to give you some background on myself before I ask for the advice, I'm 28 years old. I grew up in the diner business.
Nice.
Pretty much my whole family, both sides of my family, is in the diner business. I know, stereotypical Greek from New Jersey. But, yeah, grew up in the diner business, but went to school for accounting, got fucking 2 degrees in accounting, had a pretty good job for a few years, but just decided it wasn't for me. You know, my ADD just couldn't handle the desk job. So joined my dad full-time at the diner
Nice.
about a year ago. And also I was in a long-term relationship, almost like 5.5 years. That started from college, but I'm single now. And so my question for you, kind of had this debate with a couple friends, but how do you feel about me also, you know, being a manager, either, you know, flirting / hanging out
This
with
is what this
/
question's
asking
about.
out, either customers or coworkers?
Fucking Greek piece of
I
shit.
think it's definitely
Talk
worse
about
Yeah,
minstrelry.
yeah.
to do that with a
This guy's
coworker.
like,
I have a question. Should I fuck all my customers?
can
or-
I fuck the 14-year-old hostess?
Yeah.
She's giving me very good vibes.
How do you feel about me drugging the women that come in here?
He's like, you know, I thought it was going to be something about like, oh, do I want to be in my family business? Should I go out?
right.
But he was
Some
like,
real,
so yeah, no, of course I just ended up in the diner and now I ain't got no fucking bitch around my neck like a
accidentally-
fucking anvil. So can I fuck the teenagers that serve mozzarella sticks in my fucking business? Hilarious. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if there's anything more. I doubt there is, but let's
How
just
many
give him.
shirt buttons should I unbutton?
Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what he's got here.
Opposed to a customer. Either way, I think they're both pretty messy, and I haven't done either in the year that I've been working at the diner.
Okay.
But I was surprised that, you know, one of my friends thought that it was almost worse to do that with customers than coworkers. So I would kind of just love to get your take. Kind of two-part question. One,
Okay, that's
if
two-part.
you know, if I'm being a pussy, being too hard on myself, and
Too
shouldn't
hard on
be too
yourself.
afraid to do
That's
that. 'cause,
hilarious.
Awesome.
you know, even
That's
though
his first
I'm
question.
used to the accounting corporate world where it was very instilled in me to leave all of that shit out of the workplace. You know, obviously the restaurant industry is, you know, has a little bit of different standards.
Should it? I mean, it does.
If that's even okay at all. And kind of second part is, you know, how would you rank those two? Doing that with customers as opposed to coworkers, because you know, I think customers is not great either, because I don't want to get like a reputation around town of, you know, being a fucking, you know, perv at the diner and asking girls out. So you know, I think they're both kind of bad. 90% chance I don't do either, because I'm a fucking pussy anyway.
Awesome.
But yeah, we just love to hear your take.
Awesome.
That's funny.
Because here's the thing, like, I make this schedule, so you know, sometimes I could be like, if you fuck me, I'll give you Thursday off.
Right. I mean, awesome that this is a two-parter, and part one is, am I being too hard on myself? Is corporate America too strict about fucking your coworkers? That's part one. How about this one? No, you're not being too hard on yourself.
All right, here's what you do. You can fuck your coworkers, but only the kitchen staff.
Right. So, I mean, you know, obviously, and coworkers is hilarious too, because your father owns the diner.
Yeah.
You mean my employees?
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking, you know, separate yourself further from the power dynamics here.
Don't put them in that kind of position.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You're the owner's son. You're probably being groomed to fucking own the business at some point. You have, you know, he acts like he had 2 accounting degrees, then he went to, it's like that's some fucking impressive thing. It's like,
right.
You just went to school to do the books at your
This guy
diner.
thinks he's like, he thinks he's like Kenny Powers.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't fucking leave your Rhodes scholarship to go back to the diner. You fucking went to school to run a diner, essentially.
This is like an origin story where the guy like doesn't realize he's like just there's like no agency at all. He's just like predestined for his like destiny. He doesn't realize that like he's like, you know, a few years away from like being the villain or whatever. Just like, you know, he's gonna have some chains. He will have a couple like,
this is like
shirt buttons unbuttoned.
No,
like,
he's like Tim Allen in Santa Claus, where it's like
he
just shaves and the beard keeps coming back, and it's like he goes to college, he gets a regular job, but he just wakes up in the diner every time. He goes to bed in a Manhattan high-rise. He wakes up in a booth next to a 15-year-old Guatemalan. He's like, well, how did I get here? Yeah, dude. So obviously
you don't want an entire staff of people making fun of your dick.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like, this is so clearly a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's just insane. This took you almost 3. It's also a long question to ask. It's a preamble we didn't need, and it's way too wordy. But either way, don't do either of these things, right? Like, look,
it's an abuse of power.
And which one's worse? Yes,
abuse of power.
You know, I
the
think
manager
it
at
was,
a diner.
No, but it is an abuse of power
of the people that work for you. It is, yeah. But the like, Long Island Disney going. I mean, these are the people that love Disney, folks.
Dude, what is the point in working like a job like this if you can't fuck everybody?
Like, I don't know, having a roof over your head, making an honest living.
If I find myself staring at cakes all day, I'm like, all right, I gotta fuck somebody.
Yeah. Okay, man. Fuck cakes. Someone who doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I know. It makes sense if you work at like Saturday Night Live to be like, I can't be fucking everybody, but it's like, what, a fucking bullshit diner in the middle of nowhere.
It's not about you. It's about the like 19-year-old girls that don't want to fuck you, that feel a pressure to if you try and fuck them.
Right, I guess a pressure. yeah, because they have such a future in this business.
Not the business, man.
That's the thing,
it's fucked up to do. It's not about their career.
It's Harvey Weinstein, manager at the diner. Same thing. Goes, fuck whoever you want, bro.
Hey, you know what?
Fuck
Choose who you listen to here. Sagalow or us. This is good. This is a choose your own adventure. Yeah. Go with Sagalow.
Sagalow's like, I think you should exploit those low-wage women that are probably trafficked here.
You should email them in writing and tell them you'll give them a raise if they fuck you.
Yeah. Right. You want that day shift, don't you? Brandon's like, get it in writing. Yeah,
Get it in writing, because then they can't not fuck you because they've signed an agreement.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know
no repercussions.
I didn't know the diner industry was so, Wow, okay.
Brandon's like, God, I'm the smartest guy in the world.
This guy's like
smartest pussy getter there is.
You guys are like, oh, you don't want to take advantage of the person who's working the drive-thru.
You literally don't. You literally don't want to take advantage.
You're working at a fucking diner.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
coke off the grill.
Oh God.
Fuck someone in the freezer. Who gives a shit?
You're a piece of shit, Brandon.
Fuck the customers. I don't give a fuck.
This is awesome, man. Again, this is like
Dad gets his fucking business taken away because he listens to Brendan.
Yeah, go with the devil, bro.
this is awesome, man. Yeah, this is like
Your Honor, she had a letter that was written in crayon that was signed
On the back of a menu.
this is like a Meet the Press where we have two different competing sides and two
A
different
sex scandal
philosophies.
rocks a local New Jersey diner. I mean, it
If
says
you can't fuck your employees at a diner, where can you fuck your employees?
Nowhere. That's
really
the whole point.
really doubling
You're not
down on
supposed to
this.
fuck your employees.
This guy's like selling crack, and you guys are like, but you gotta respect it. Respect the employees.
No, but you don't see how that could have like legal ramifications. The defendant claims he was listening to Stavvy's World podcast and got the advice from
Either way, listen.
The news wouldn't even pick this up.
Yeah, probably not. You're probably right, but I would say stop saying coworkers. They're your employees. Don't fuck them. And yeah, customers. It's a matter of like,
if there's signals or whatever. Yeah,
you still probably shouldn't if you're going to be professional. But it's like that's when I may be more towards Brendan's line of thinking, where it's like, hey man, if being the owner of this diner gives you some kind of prestige with some trashy whore that likes to get pancakes every fucking Thursday.
I'm just saying, this guy's not Leonardo DiCaprio. This isn't like abuse of power.
It is
abuse of power.
What power?
This person's livelihood.
need a-
I got keys to the place. That's the power this guy has.
You're not supposed to fuck your employees, Brendan.
Yeah.
That's a clear thing.
I haven't had to mop up the floors in 2 years.
I know you haven't had any responsibility in your life ever, so it's kind of hard for you to even consider a scenario where a woman has to needs your opinion for anything. But if you were to find yourself,
Brendan,
in that
wait,
scenario-
Brendan. Imagine if Mickey fucked Daisy Duck.
That's just a
That's a term you can understand. Okay?
that's against bro code.
Mickey has too much power, and if he fucked Daisy Duck, that could be a problem for
But
her
in all
employment.
seriousness, Disney's a huge corporation. This isn't like
the cartoon characters are part of the corporation.
I mean, if we're going down this line of reasoning, that makes
No,
more
it's
sense.
totally the same.
If Mickey was the CEO, he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't do that because that is a huge company. Whereas this is just a random diner.
So you're saying Mickey Mouse can fuck the churro girl, and it's fine.
No, he can't.
No, he can. That's what I'm
because
saying.
it's too big a company.
It's too big a company.
It's a scaling issue for Brendan.
Yeah.
Now, Steamboat Willie, before he was Mickey, he could have fucked whoever he
He
wanted.
had another call from this guy. He's like, "Hey, Stav, my dad lost his business and committed suicide."
He killed himself. Yeah.
So yeah, man, there you go. Two very well thought out answers to your question. You decide who you go with, man. We'll leave it up to you. Good luck, buddy. What'd you do, dummy?
You do have a pretty normal fan base, though, compared to other shows.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we also have thousands of calls we'll never get to
Yeah.
that are probably unhinged, right?
There's a lot of rough ones,
Right.
and when there's like a special drops or stuff's like really doing something like kind of bigger, like that's when it's just an
It gets
influx
normie.
of like bullshit, like just nothing problems. They just want to drop in and say hi.
Yeah.
It's a lot of sifting.
But, I like talking to my Greek diner brother.
Yeah. This next call is going to be like, the manager at my diner that I work at keeps trying to
Texting
over the
me his
jeans
cock.
finger me.
He said he knew you, Stav. Like,
He kind of used you as like a abuse of power.
Here, what do we got, LD?
Hey, fellas. My name's Zach. I'm 34. So I'll get into it. So I have a 7-year-old. I got 3 kids. I got a 7-year-old. My oldest, happily married. Got 2 other kids with my wife. My wife took over and adopted my son because his mother, when he was 6 months old, due to postpartum or whatever, relapsed on cocaine and is now a fentanyl addict. Haven't heard from him or tried to call him or anything, or me or my wife or anybody in 6.5 years. The problem is my son does not know that my wife adopted him. And with her being, like my ex being a fentanyl addict and everything, it's basically a matter of time until she croaks. So I'm just wondering, should I try to get ahead of that and try to talk to my son with my wife, or should we just avoid the whole thing? I don't want him to ever feel like I lied to him or anything like that. But I really don't want to have to explain to him after she's dead either. Let me know what you think. Thanks.
Fentanyl, Brendan, you want to take this one? What of the many members of your family who have been in this position?
Brendan, can you fuck a woman you're selling fentanyl to? What do you think of course, you're a fentanyl salesman. That's the point of the job.
Yeah, honestly, if that was the situation, I would agree with that.
Okay, so let's go to let's actually try and answer this fucking guy's question. This is a tough one.
This is heavy, yeah.
Did the kid ever know his mom?
Doesn't sound like it, right?
He never knew his mom.
No, he says the problem is my son does not know that my wife.
She was out of the picture when he was 6 months old.
6 months
So
old.
all he knows is this new woman who's adopted him, right?
He's also assuming that his ex is gonna croak and die.
True, that's an assumption.
So it's hard to sit your son down and be like, look, this is what your actual mother is a fucking drug addict and she might die one day. It's like, where do you see that conversation going to? I see it more reasonable to be like, this is what happened and she's dead now. But I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
This is so heavy.
This is tough because I also feel like you should talk to a child psychiatrist or psychologist,
right?
Because I don't know when, because this kid's young. That's a lot to drop on a kid.
I actually I'm not thinking of adopting a kid or anything, but I was I got into a Reddit foxhole a few days ago where I was reading about how do you tell adopted kids what is a story? How do they understand their identity or whatever? And I think orthodoxy is you want to tell the kid basically ASAP, preferably before they're even old enough to remember it. So you start telling them in child language
then it's kind of
when they're an
normalized.
infant. Yeah, so they just know it their whole lives. If you don't do that, you basically need to tell them ASAP. Couch it
because you're dropping a bomb on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 7 years old, that is they're a human. They know what's up. They think you're their biological mom and dad or whatever. So
Right.
that is a bombshell and just a shift in their reality or something. So a lot of people were saying talk to a child therapist or something. And you got to couch it in positive terms that a kid could understand. And,
Right.
Just tell them they're a baby. But yeah, you basically need to because the kid's gonna find out one day. Obviously,
Well,
the
yeah.
odds are pretty good. You don't want them to find out they're adopted or something when they're 18.
Right.
The dad's remember when I took you to Chuck E. Cheese? Well, they found your mother's body in the parking lot.
Yeah, outside of that Chuck E. Cheese, she was strung out. Yeah. So and the other thing is this woman is an addict, and you said, Brendan, he's assuming she's gonna die or whatever. But it's what if she tries to make contact? What if she does get her shit together? Even what if there's a positive situation where she does get her shit together, and obviously she's not gonna have the role a mother traditionally has in this kid's life, but maybe she does. So, I mean, yeah. Again, eldest reading a couple Reddit threads doesn't really qualify as expert advice. So you should talk to a child psychiatrist.
Hey, I
here.
read a couple Google quick answers too.
Okay, all right. Why the fuck were you even? That's interesting. Why were you even in the adoption?
I honestly don't know.
It is interesting.
Yeah,
it is kind of
I was like,
interesting.
how does when do you tell a kid they're adopted? It's just crazy to think about. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tell them so it's just like a fact of life.
Right.
Yeah, like, we're your good parents.
Right.
We're your second better group of parents that actually love you.
Remember when Ian flipped out about the sperm donor?
So funny.
What happened?
So funny, dude.
Some guy called in and he was like, sperm donor. It was like, do sperm donors have a right to see their kids? And Ian was like, of course they do, man. It's your cum.
Ian just coming to grips with the fact that he's probably not having a traditional family, and that his best bet is some jizz he forgot about 10 years ago became a person. So now he's like, oh, that's my kid. I'm a dad. Even though I'm gay or whatever. Even though I'm not comfortable with how gay I am.
It's like the movie I Am Sam.
Yeah.
It's like he's got to fight a legal battle to see his sperm donor kid.
But anyway, but you know what? A lot of dumbasses on the internet agreed with Ian with similar issues, I would assume.
Okay.
It became a very contentious topic.
Interesting.
On the thing where people were like, anyway, we don't have to keep going over it, but yeah. I really do feel like your parents are who fucking raised you and
absolutely.
But anyway, figure this. I mean, Eldest sounded like he made some sense, but talk to a child therapist, psychologist, something like that, and then just do what they tell him to do. And it's like he has someone, that's his mom, obviously. Those are his siblings. Like, to him, the positive thing is that you sort of did that with his relationship to his mother, his adopted mother. Like, that's just who is his mom. Like, he didn't have to adjust to that, which that's a positive. And in a perfect world, maybe you would have kind of done both in a way where it's like, whatever. But you go talk to definitely pediatrician, child psychiatrist, something like that. Because, we just cannot tell you what to do here.
Yeah. My cousin's adopted, and my family doesn't really acknowledge it. And my grandparents were always nicer to him because they were compensating. They felt bad, I was like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
So you didn't know until you were an adult that they were adopted?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I also think people should adopt way more.
Yeah.
Because there's so many fucking kids, and it's like, I would
love to adopt.
Yeah.
I would love to have a different race kid, I have to say.
Dude, I'm trying to write a bit on, so I don't want to do my bit on the pod, but it's like my family's genes, I'm bringing more of my family into the world.
Right.
My family are fucking stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's mentally ill. Everyone's fucking has health problems. It's like, just let me roll the dice.
Yeah.
Let me it's like playing a scratch off.
Unless you adopt some kid with worse problems.
Yeah, but I want my kid to have a little African brother or Chinese brother.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Shake it up, dude.
Yeah.
Shake that shit up. But it's like, is that the way we should be thinking about it? Probably not. But do you want that fucking kid in some kind of cement orphanage getting one meal out of a big pot? It's
or
just
do you want him and his brother to fight crime someday?
Yeah. All right, what else we got, Eldest? Anything else good?
What up, Stav? First time, long time, all that bullshit. Dude, honestly, I'm trying to figure out, can I get this bitch fired from my work? Because I fucking hate her. I just started this job 2 months ago. I'm a marketer for a school. And, every marketing tool, graphic I make, she got some small tweak to it. But, 50 times over and over. Nothing I do is complete or good enough. And even my boss is like, dude, I don't know what this looks fine to me. I don't know why she has a problem with this. But I'm supposed to run it by her for some reason. And, I had a one-on-one conversation with her. Things just aren't getting better. So, is there a way I could plant drugs in her office or some shit and, get her fired? Because I don't think anybody likes this bitch. She's probably the worst person I've ever met. I tried to do the fucking right approach, and be nice, have an adult conversation. But like, I just started this job, and I don't think I've wanted to punch someone in the face more. She's one of those people, like, you can never please her. I don't know. You got any advice, anything I can say to her, or any ruse, elaborate plan to make her lose her job and ruin her life?
It's
All right, thanks.
so funny the difference between the last one and this one, where it's like the last one's like such a real life, like adopted kid, fentanyl abuser, and this guy's like, can I just like get this bitch fired?
She doesn't like my gradients.
What about this? You do a graphic, you ask her for notes, then you go, oh, okay, yeah, it sounds great. Then when you turn in the graphic, you go, and I incorporated Cheryl's notes into the thing. There's just a giant like swastika on it.
That's good. And you're good at Photoshop. You can Photoshop her emails to say that.
Yeah.
Say,
Photoshop emails, Love the swastika.
Looking great, swastika, with a big thumbs up emoji. I mean, this is also a little bit of this guy sounds pretty young. This sounds like his first job out of college. And it's like, he's realizing how fucking stupid working is.
Yeah.
And how bad offices are. And how, yes, it's inefficient, and old people that don't know what the fuck they're doing have seniority. And it's like, you're falling right into this dumb whore's trap by being this pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to realize that, like, he's trying to do a good job.
Yeah.
If she wants to slow things down forever, let her do it.
Yeah.
Or if you really have fat nuts, go over her head. But you sound like a fucking coward. Like, I just think what you need to do is, so she's figured out a way to annoy you, right? How about you fight fire with fire? How about you just annoy her?
Right.
Don't do her changes. What's gonna happen? What's gonna? I mean, truly, what's gonna happen? Be like, or just be like, here's the thing. Just be like, yep, sounds good, and don't do it.
Right. Yeah, and
you ever
just
try
give it
that?
in.
I heard Mel Brooks would do that when they were making Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. You just say,
He would say, yeah, great, yeah.
because this is the type of person who like just want and like just be like,
And then if she makes a stink about it, then she looks crazy.
Yeah. Just keep doing that. You're not going to be able to. You do have to learn. You do have to learn a little bit of like office espionage type shit, or like, or like just This is a person who you've already tried having the nice respectful conversation. There's probably somebody who feels threatened because she doesn't have the skills. You're like young, you're out of school, you understand marketing in a way that she doesn't anymore probably. Right. And like she just wants to flex her pussy on you because she has seniority. And most people, that's the other thing you learn about working. People love having seniority. People love like lording some bullshit over you. So you just need to pick your spots. You need to figure out ways to, subtly fuck her over. Not planning drugs, but like ignoring shit she says, or cutting her out of emails and then apologizing and like, just shit like this, dude. But you also have to just make peace with this is what a corporate environment is. You have to do your job. You have to not do a good job, do just enough of a job to keep getting paid. Yeah. And like, don't let these people fucking get you down, because there's a ton of fucking people like this in these jobs. I used to love figuring out how to survive with the least amount of work possible. I loved that. I was a paralegal. I did no work for like almost a year. It was awesome.
I mean, that's kind of what doing stand-up is. Surviving with the least amount of work.
Yeah, I mean, with stand-up, you actually like it, though, where it's like you enjoy doing the thing, where it's like, when you have this bullshit, you're like, the point is to do zero.
You should just hide stuff in the graphics, like how Disney does it. Yeah. Like, put like a penis in there somehow.
The guy's hard dick in Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
The priest's hard dick.
The priest's hard cock in The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, classic. So yeah, dude, I don't know. This is just like, this is reality, brother. And, you could, I don't know, bring her, put laxatives in her coffee.
Yeah, poison her.
You could do little minor things like that, but it's more like you need to learn how to annoy her. She's doing something that's annoying to you, and we don't know the specifics of your office, right? We don't know what her role is. Technically, she's your superior, but she's not your boss. So it's like, how can you maneuver yourself to just get her to stop looking at your stuff?
Yeah.
And here's like, you could do whatever you want in an office. No one is paying attention. You could just stop doing the protocol, and as long as you keep doing your job, no one's going to care. You know what I mean? You just have to be savvy about these things. You're not, though. You're clearly not. And you're like, you're still going about things the way she wants you to. So it's a little hard without specifics of knowing the chain, but it's like you got to manipulate how a workplace works. You were the one who probably worked the most in a corporate environment, Elders. Do you have anything specific for our friend here?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a bunch of, just shit like this. One time I had to I was confronted by a coworker who my boss took off a client email that she was on, and then she confronted me about it when he wasn't in the office that day. She's like, "Did he take me off that email?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know." It was 2 weeks after I started.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of little petty bullshit like that, but
playing dumb is huge.
Yeah.
Playing dumb is maybe your biggest friend in a corporate environment.
Yeah. Play dumb, be easy breezy, ignore her bullshit, and she'll look like a dumb bitch.
And by the way,
she escalates it. And also, your boss does. I mean, unless your boss is a toxic retard too, he doesn't want to hear about this shit.
No.
You get one or two, and then it's yeah, whatever. Add the fucking comma to the presentation. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's like when Paulie threatened Christopher about going to Tony. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you have to handle
finally I can jump in.
Yeah. You have to handle your own shit. You know what I mean? You can't be tattling to the big man.
Right.
And so, and by the way, how about try a little bit of the catch more flies with honey thing?
Right.
You've probably been combative. You probably you probably read as having a bad attitude. I mean, it comes across in this fucking voicemail. Talking about fucking ruining this woman's life. Get her a fucking Danish. Bring her a coffee.
Yeah.
Old kindness.
Make it a little easier for her to be like, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing. It's this isn't a competition. And yes, it's stupid, but you have to live with these people. That's the thing people don't understand about jobs. And this is everything. It's the work is 40% of it. The rest of it is these are people you see every day. People just want to have a good time. Most of life is like that. It's not about what you do. Entertainment, it's certainly not about being talented. How many fucking people just know the right people or are pleasant to work with or kiss the right asses? And it's you think your dumb marketing job is a meritocracy, and it's no, you're in some stupid, company that you just have to play the game a little bit.
Yeah, your life is like an episode of Vice Principals. It's really not important or anything.
Yeah, at the end of the day, your work is meaningless.
Yeah.
Wait, more people are gonna come to your stupid community college because you fucking made a really cool fucking graphic. Remember that. Doesn't matter. Just fucking get your paychecks and live a full life. Fucking pussy. Fuck you. Eldest, little eldest, you have a tiny fucking dick. Play a fucking call or I will make you suck my dick and balls.
Stavvy, oldest esteemed guest, thanks for taking my call. I'm 31 years old. Just for context, I am married, and my wife is about to have our first child in about a month and a half.
Nice.
So my life is heading in a very positive direction.
Good for you.
That's just a little bit of context. The real problem is that I have this close friend. He was a groomsman at my wedding. He's a best friend, really, and he is a former heroin addict who has been clean, or so I thought, for about a decade. And in talking with him on the phone last week, I learned that he just kind of dropped the news on me that he is addicted to Xanax. He's been taking about 32 milligrams a day.
32.
And he doesn't want to tell his parents because he's afraid he'll give them a heart attack and put them in an early grave. He doesn't want to go to rehab for the same reason. He doesn't want to derail his life. He's got this new job on the horizon that he's excited about starting, and he can't afford to derail things by going to rehab. The problem is my life is moving in a positive direction.
Yeah, that's a smart way to look
at it. I live 1,000 miles away from this guy. I'm in New Orleans. He's in Austin. He really leans heavily on me through calls and texts for emotional support and kind of just to dump his woes on me. And I don't know how to set up a boundary with this guy. I was there for him a decade ago when he was strung out on heroin. I'm trying to be there for him now. but I just don't know when to say when because the calls are pretty constant. And I'm sober, have been for a couple years now. He's all fucked up, and I just don't know, where to draw the line. I love him to death, but I don't want him to die, and I don't want to abandon him. So any advice would be very helpful.
Oh, man.
Thanks.
Well,
love you. Peace.
This is crazy. You're not going to abandon him. And also, he's put, he's guilting you, essentially.
Yeah, he's putting you in this position.
You have a fucking kid. I mean, by the way, he said his kid's coming in a month, right?
Yeah, dude.
This is going to take care of itself because when your fucking kid is born, there's no way you're answering this fucking junkie's calls.
You're immediately going to be like, I actually don't care if he dies.
You're blocking this fucking guy. You're like, I have to like look out for my son.
If this dude's not going to rehab, it's like, okay, well, that's the answer. You got to go to rehab. But it's like, I'm afraid my parents are going to get a heart attack. Shouldn't have gotten addicted to drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
It fell apart.
It's like I diarrhea down my leg, but I can't get new pants.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, I guess walk around with shit in your pants then. It's like, what the fuck? It happened. The bad thing happened.
Yeah.
Rehab isn't the bad thing. You've done the bad thing by taking drugs again.
My mom's gonna cry.
Right. And if this guy got a good job, he can do it again if he gets clean. Like it'll be fine. But he's got to go to rehab.
And I get where our caller's coming from because imagine being in this kind of friendship and like clearly he cares about this person. Clearly they've been through a lot. Our caller is also sober. He's going in the right. And I can assume that there's almost like survivor's guilt when you're the kind of person who's gotten out of that life.
Yeah.
Your life is together. You have a family. You're feeling good. And you feel bad about this guy. But you also, at this point, dude, it's not even about you anymore. This is, even if you called us and you were 25, freshly sober, I would say like, hey man, you gotta peel away a little bit, but ultimately it's your decision. This is your life. Now you got a fucking kid coming.
Right.
You can't do anything that puts you in like a weird spot with your own sobriety. You know what I mean? Like, not that he's even said that, but it's like, I don't know, all that stress of like a family and your friend relapsing. It's
Can't
like,
put that on yourself.
Right.
yeah, it's like, what if that leads you to fucking relapsing? And then you fucking what? You're trying to get clean while you have a newborn? That's tough, bro. So, yeah, this guy's in denial about his thing. He's got to go to rehab. He's got to stop this because I got a little... Here's the thing when you start taking pills, you don't casually start rolling it back.
Right.
It typically, those MGs don't start going down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't stay at Xanax either. Xanax turns into fucking like Perks, which then just goes into becomes heroin. I mean, you get back to the opioids, and it's like you're back to just doing fucking heroin. So you're about to have a kid, and all you can do is be like, dude, my wife is fucking 8 months pregnant. And then once you have a newborn and a job, you just straight up won't have time, right? I mean, Mike, your kid's pretty young, but like, what's it like when he's like a newborn? You don't have time for shit, do you?
You have a little more time because you can carry him around places.
Right.
So you got like maybe a year where you can put your kid in the carrier.
But then once he's
go down,
one?
Yeah. Go, bail your friend out of jail.
Right.
With a Bjorn on.
Go pay the hooker that your friend.
Yeah.
But dude, I don't know, man. It's like we feel for you obviously because this is difficult, and it's like one of his best friends. Like every time somebody says that, it's like I think about like what if Elvis was this fucking strung out? Like that would be harder than some theoretical guy who's on drugs. Like I get why that's difficult, but this is someone that like, let's be honest, seems to be taking a lot more from you than he's giving, right? Like, it's not a two-way... This relationship isn't a two-way street. And you've got a fucking family, dude. You're about to have a fucking kid. I get that he was a groomsman. I get that you feel bad about this stuff. But you can't jeopardize the nice path that you're on. And all you can say is like, hey, man, I really think you need to go to fucking rehab, which he needs to do. Because it's just like the idea that he's going to keep this awesome job and get it together at a later time is kind of crazy. And yeah, he's just going to have to figure it out.
You're not going to be able to answer all these calls once this kid comes. And like, even if the guy does die, which would be horrible, it's still not your fault.
Yes. Yeah. Worst case scenario, which is like bad shit happening, this is not your fault at all. And it's like, you're both grown men. You've taken responsibility for your shit. We're not judging, nobody here's judging fucking substance abuse, but it's like he's got to take a little responsibility here, and he's got to do it on his own. And it would be different if you also got something out of this relationship, but maybe he's just looking out for like it's like a little bit of a cry for help shit, but it's like eventually it's going to get worse whether you like it or not. And it's like even if you were this guy's caretaker, he probably would go down a bad path. Because like I know in my own, I've never been this fucking bad, but it's like when you peek in, it's hard to get it under control again. And he doesn't want to go to rehab. Okay, go to fucking NA. Like, what the fuck?
Something.
He's got to do something. He's got to and go to somewhere where they have. I mean, those programs are support systems. Get a fucking sponsor. This is like classic sponsor stuff of like, call me if you're ever thinking about using.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do. You have to push him towards that. And by the way, you're doing the right thing for him by saying that because you're preparing him for the reality of you when you have a fucking newborn.
Right.
There's no way you're going to be present in his life. And it gives you like an out where you can almost say like, hey man, I love you. I'm worried about you. I know I'm not going to be able to be there for you the way I used to be because I have a fucking kid on the way. And by the way, if this guy makes us think about that, then you tell him to fuck off. Yeah. Then that actually helps you because then you just fucking block his number and tell him to go fuck himself, being that selfish that he thinks his life is more important than a fucking little baby's life. Yeah. You nutted in a woman 9 months ago, and that fucking nut is about to fucking come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So anyway, that sucks though. Fucking sucks when your friends relapse.
Yeah, your wife's about to push a baby out of her pussy here.
Exactly. Exactamundo. So yeah, good luck. Hope this guy gets his shit together.
I hope this guy's alive in August when this comes out. It seems pretty urgent of a call.
So funny. These people have to wait months to hear their drug addicted friends.
This guy, well, this would have been good news.
This guy
yesterday
called relatively soon.
Hey, stop! My dad's taking a bunch of hostages.
If you're looking for timely advice, this is not the show for you. Right. You got something fun for us, Eldest? Something fun to take us out?
Hey, Stav. Hey, Eldest. This isn't exactly a question, but could use a little bit of help with dealing with it. I heard on your guys' podcast a little while ago, a guy was talking about how his stepsister wanted to fuck him. And
Sagalow.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that story because when I was 17, my stepsister wanted to fuck me, and I'm not gonna lie, I fucking went through with it.
Nice.
Although it probably wasn't the greatest decision, it was kind of fucking awesome.
Hell yes, I love this.
However, at the time, I didn't know that she was gonna be my stepsister. My dad and her mom were just dating, and she asked me if I wanted to hang out, and I was like, I'm fucking all right. You know how that goes. Anyway.
Sure.
I don't know what that guy did in his situation, but what I did was just go ahead and have a little fun, fucking live a little.
Fucking live a little.
Good. Although now it's kind of awkward at the family reunions and shit.
Sure.
I don't know what to do about that awkwardness besides just kind of, forget about it. I don't know. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Nice, dude. Well, that's a cool call.
Yeah.
To brag about fucking not even your stepsister, but a girl that was your dad's girlfriend's daughter.
This is like best case scenario for life. Like you fuck some hot chick that's like now your stepsister, which is kind of hot.
Yeah.
And she's always going to be there. So that pussy's always going to be there. And you're not, you're not regular blood related. So it's not weird or whatever.
When you go home for Thanksgiving, you got something kind of lined up.
Yeah. You got pussy at home.
Well, it doesn't seem like they're continuing to fuck. It seems like they fucked once and then kind of it lapsed.
I don't even understand why there's awkwardness. Well, sorry, not to be,
I think it
non-empathetic, but
no, but it's like, let's say, okay, so they weren't stepbrother, stepsister, right? It was like her mom was dating his dad, and they fucked, right?
Right.
And then it's like, all right, that was fun, but we're both 17 and we're not compatible. We're just like horny and we fucked, and it's like we should probably whatever. It's not something that I'm interested in. And then your parents get married, and then it's like, imagine somebody you just kind of fucked when you were 17 and you just like run into them. And maybe they're dating other people. You know what I mean? Like,
there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't fuck your stepsister. I would have fucked at my parents' wedding. Yeah. Are you kidding? This is like dream scenario.
Man, we really got bad Brendan on the podcast today.
I like this.
Yeah.
I'm with him on this one a little bit.
Hey,
much more so than the diner. Fuck your employees.
The theme of this episode for me is
dark
get pussy while you can. Okay, get pussy anywhere you can, anyhow you can.
Yep.
Get pussy while you can.
The pussy scavenger, the ghost of pussy past, Brendan Sagalow.
Right.
Get it now before they make a law against this.
It's not even illegal.
Well, it's not in the law books.
Seriously.
Fuck now.
It's not even illegal.
You haven't broken a law. Forget the difference between morality and illegality.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
They're going to introduce a bill in 3 years that says you can't fuck your stepsister.
Just don't come in her.
Yeah, that's true. Well, but even then you're not.
But even then,
related.
it doesn't. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's
No,
not
I'm sort of. I'm busting your balls about the other one, obviously, but this one, it's like step shit is like, what? It's supposed to be my fucking fault. I'm a horny whatever,
Right.
and you couldn't make it work with my mother. So now I can't fuck this lady's daughter.
Right.
That's not on me. That's
Right.
on you for not being a good husband in the first place.
Right. If anything, it's kind of good because you're keeping stuff in the family.
Yeah.
You're like you're no
It's like
strangers.
That's a great point. You fucked my mom. I can't fuck your daughter.
Yeah.
right.
You fucked my mother. It's the ultimate.
Exactly. So yeah, man, he didn't really have a question. He was more just kind of bragging about getting pussy, which respect.
Yeah.
You know, we like to end the episodes with some fun calls, and that was pretty fun. This Canadian guy who fucked his stepsister, and now just it's a little awkward at Christmas. But hey, he got pussy. That's cool, I guess.
And it's not gonna be the last time you guys fuck.
You don't think so?
No way. If you fuck somebody, and if she's hot, and you guys had fun, like. Yeah, there's going to be a Christmas
What
where
if they're both in relationships for the rest of eternity?
Oh, well, you know what I'm talking about.
If they happen to be single, sure.
If you're happen to be single.
The original call he's referring to, the
lady was cheating.
Yeah, the daughter was
That's
cheating
a good point.
on the mom that
That's
was
a good
dating
point.
the dad. So
You are right, though, Brendan, in that it is this fucked up, like, gray area that makes it hotter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it does, like, the fact that it's a little, like, things you're not supposed to do, but they're not wrong.
Right.
That is hot. Like, when you fuck an ex and it's like, this is a bad idea.
Or a
but-
cousin.
Or, yeah. So settle down. The Italian, finally, the Italian comes to weigh in on fucking your cousin. Now you and Brendan have switched roles. It's not illegal.
She looking like my grandma. She looking like my nonna.
it has.
I will tell you, one time when I was like 14, I gave my cousin a little back massage.
Nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
That might have been the best boner I've ever had.
Gotta respect that, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys were in the old country, that night would have ended
It would have
differently.
been, yeah.
This should be a question of how am I not supposed to want to fuck her all the time?
Right.
That should be the conflict.
I'd
That's
be
not
your
his
husband
issue.
instead of that black guy she married.
And which one's really worse, if you think about it, guys?
Yeah, right.
Come on. They're both not natural, but one, at least you keep it in a family. It's both an abomination, but at least I get to fuck my cousin.
At least you'll go to heaven.
At least you'll get to go to heaven with a voucher. The Pope can sign something that says you're good. But a black guy.
Yeah, he's like, no stepsister of mine is gonna fuck a Mulian.
All right, so yeah, man, congratulations, you fucked your stepsister. That's gonna do it for us, folks. Fellas, thank you. Thanks for
bro.
coming on the pod.
Thanks.
This was very fun.
This is so fun.
We'll listen to the pod, both of the pods. Watch both specials. Brendan's out just recently. Racine's been out for a while. Very funny. I'm Normal. Go see it. Sags.
I'm on Instagram. Sorry.
But it's gonna be called
Our Instagrams too, right? You want to plug those?
Yeah,
Mike
Instagram,
Recine Comedy.
Twitter, all that shit. YouTube. It's gonna probably be up on YouTube. It's called Thin Lips, I think.
Thin Lips.
Yeah.
You got. I guess they're kind of thin.
Well, I did somebody. It's a part of a joke.
Sure. That's all right, man. Yeah, check out Thin Lips if that's what it's called.
If that's what it's called,
and watch it on YouTube if that's where it is.
We're months. I have to tell you, we're months before it comes out.
We're taking the summer off.
This
folks,
guy's sister
right?
is dead, and the guy's friend is in rehab. So
we love you. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye bye.